And add to the stream. Hello. Camera one. Hello, camera one. How's it going, everybody? I've already started on another platform. There are all kinds of interesting copyright and licensing issues with doing live streams these days. And as per usual, that will change again in another couple of months. And so I'm just flowing with it as it is. Guess what we're talking about today, people? Yes, we are. Do you know kosher bells? I have a few. I don't have all of them. This one is water. Can you hear? Can you hear? So gorgeous, so gorgeous. So I may just swing with that. It's so interesting. Before I came live, there's a totally different energy. Before I came live, I was moving. And I was feeling, and I was doing the feel and doing the move, and really feeling the elemental qualities within water. Here's what we're doing tonight. Tonight, I'm introducing some of the concepts, the theories, and the feels, things you may want to reflect on within your personhood, your personality. Oh, have I introduced myself over here? Hi. You're either watching me, hold on. We're going to do some of the feels around the element of water that will awaken the body deva, which is the consciousness of the body. Or if you're Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen, the body mind. The body mind. Oh, indeed. Christine Blossom, Marguerite. Lots of connections there if you know the history and etymology of names and words. I'll let you unpack that if you so desire. I may be moving to Italy, to Santa Fiore, Santa Fiore. Right? That is essentially my name. So interesting. Just another way of saying it. Love evolve energy, evolve within love. Aligned light. It depends. Energy geek. Divine Source Channel, Christos blossoming. That's a lot of what you'll be seeing, healing, and feeling. Hey, Alicia. Did you now? Whereabouts in Italy did you live? I'm about to get through my family. It's a long time coming, but about to get my Italian visa. So I'll have two visas, passport, Italian passport. If I so desire, if I choose, right? Some of it will be up to me. There's a little bit of a delay when I see comments. Deanna, how are you? How are you, beautiful woman? Have you done any of the fire healing? What happens? So this is what we're doing today. Let me unpack this a little bit more. You have all the information written either above or below, depending on what platform you are witnessing this right now. Witnessing. I just led a day-long meditation retreat yesterday, so we use the term witness consciousness a lot. So that may be in my tongue, just a little. Oh, in Milan and ooh, so you lived in city areas. It's likely I'll be in a small village. That's the goal. We'll see what actually happens because it's a couple of years out when the actual transition is, but it's simply an idea at the moment, and who knows what the world's going to be in a couple of. So what are we doing tonight? What are we doing? We are opening up to the body deva through the element of water and talking about, we'll have a little bit of experience if everybody's into it. Oh yeah, Umbria. Yes, I I'm not sure. But yes, Umbrian Hills. Have I my druthers? I will be somewhere in the Dolomites, but we shall see. Fun. Fun is one way to describe it. Could be fun. We shall see. All right. Silver Squirrel. I just enjoy chatting with my lightworker friends here. So that's what I'm doing. Just a little bit. And I believe everybody's joining me here on Facebook. And I do not have, I will keep you posted, Mama, anybody on YouTube as yet. We'll see how it goes. So I have a few announcements that I will be getting to first. And then we will unpack what this means. Awakening the body deva this week through the element of water. Then we'll have a little bit of an experience. There's some interesting things that happen with the body and all the build up to water. Water is very much, here we are, flow. Although earlier we talked about air, and that is movement. Water and then fire, which also has a type of movement, but that's more about the resonance of light. Hence the early spiritual traditions using Agni, fire, not the fire per se, although it is the fire, it gives off the emanation within the time-space reality. Here we are at water. 98% of our physicality is this. The rest is structure and container. Even if you look at the bones, there's a high percentage of water, H2O, liquid within the body, within the bones. I think about flowing movement. I think about flow, grace, and that type of feel in the activity of the body. I say this because this leads into one of my announcements. One of my announcements is, I'm sure you've heard on the streets. I'm sure you heard. And I've posted here other places, and you all, most people that are joining me here will know all the friends, including Miss Melissa Ribaudot. How are you, meditating mama? Going through transition like we all is. So I'm just about to re-announce the Lola retreat that's coming up. I announce it because I'm presenting there. I'll be doing a lot of what you've seen me doing with the meditation and with the elemental work. I'll be offering that in the context of the body moving at the Lola retreat. It's going to be a morning. I'll do a couple of mornings yoga. I'll be partaking and offering during the ceremonies at night, but also a whole Saturday morning portion of the retreat. We will move from the stillness of ether, lots of connections with air and ether, through the different elements. How does earth move? How does air move? How does fire resonate and move your body? How does water, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And in fact, let me give you a few deets about, I can't give you all the deets. You'll have to look at them in the feed that is in here, in Soulful Connections, in Love Evolve Energy Facebook group, and in Evolve Within Love YouTube group. It is the 23rd through the 26th of September in the Blue Ridge Mountains in Georgia. Oh my gosh, how gorgeous. It's so outsidey. And the studio I'm in, I believe, has this deck, this vista and this deck. And so we can be outdoors as well. So if you have concerns about the CVID, that may be. Oh, Alicia, you're so sweet. Hey, Sharon! body of design is happening right now. So as you see, I'm thick in with the low and the la, Lauren Olivia and Lauren Enterfermo. So if you are catching me on Soulful Connections, hey, join us at the retreat. Lauren Enterfermo often joins me towards the end of one of these as she's kind of winding down her day. The other announcement, aside from the retreat, and no, this year it's the inaugural for them. This year there will be no video simulcasts. If at all possible, I can do a live during my class time. I will offer that to you guys. I will. It may be on a paid thing or something like that, because I can't offer too much free that people are paying to get. It is beautiful facilities there, really gorgeous. I have the link somewhere here. Do they now? Oh my goodness. Yeah. The name of the retreat center is Elohi, and I know that the street that the retreat center on is also Elohi Drive or something like that. It's a special, and if you've ever seen, last year I was doing a lot of lives and other offerings around Elohim, and so there's a strong connection there with the Elohi and Elohim and the draconian energy and the Dakini energy. We're all talking elementals, and of course the angelic realms, and then we come down into the undines and water sylphs, etc. So all of those consciousnesses, which at their base are energetic, fifth dimensional and on, we will be working with them tomorrow night. So join me. There's a link above. Everything I present today, and some people here have participated with me on some of my group energy sessions. Each one is distinctly different, each one. And no surprise here. It was supposed to be last week, but the threat of a major all-element tropical storm was headed my way. It ended up being a non-event, but there was anticipated to be a lot of wind and water. And so I canceled the water element, Awakening the Body Deva through the water element event because of the water element. The irony is not lost on me. One iota. So let me have a little sip of water. If you're interested, please join us. It's going to be amazing. The lodging is all different price ranges. There's even camping available if you want to do that at the end of September. It is available for you. And it's really affordable, and I unfortunately cannot give you the numbers right now because I do not have them memorized. Apologies for that. There may be another guest presenter, but I can't mention any names, not right now. Sorry about that. Yes, and the other announcement is many of you know that I've been MIA from the Light Shine Academy lab, Facebook group, I think, where I was doing lives every week and then every other week for quite a while. I needed to bail out of that just for a bit. And this is my debut foray back into doing lives. I do have the buffer zone of StreamYard. That's where you see all these amazeballs graphics. If you're on Soulful Connections, you're not seeing them. But I don't know that anybody is joining me there. We'll see. It's really interesting. You can't always see all of the things in the feed. Melissa, look at you go, girl. Look at you go. Are you coming to the retreat, Melissa Ribadeau, by the way? Just out of curiosity, are you considering it? I know, I don't think this is private information. I know that we're looking for an assistant. We're looking for what is sometimes called a retreat manager in terms of the retreatants. So we are, bummer, man. But so thank you for putting the link there. Super appreciate. Melissa Ribadeau is an energy worker and shaman and intuitive in her own right. So check out her at some other point, people. Well, hello there, Nancy. How's it going, lady? So let me finish my part 2. We're already at quarter past. That's all right. There's not a ton to say. I mean, there is a ton to say about water. There's a lot to experience about water. If you saw somewhere I posted, Calm Whale is an artist, a music artist that I adore. And they have a ton of stuff on YouTube. They have one thing that's called Water Shaman. If you don't have that playing in the background now, check it out while this is happening. So just open another page and do that. I've been listening to it throughout the day and it just has me going. I'll be coming back and doing regular bi-monthly or every other week lives. We'll see what I actually do. This is going to start, I believe, September 10th. I could be wrong. It will be in a place that I used to go live in all the time. So here I am doing lives and Soulful Connections for sure. Because this is, my friends in my heart. And this is where we hang. And certainly my Facebook page is usually information. I don't do much stuff like this on here. A little bit now just to get my legs back. But Lisa Huber has an LLC, has a business entitled The Divine I Am. And she hosts regular weekly live streaming from a lot of her cronies, a lot of her buds. And I happen to be one of her buds. And I'm a big fan of her and everything she's grown and done there. And so I used to go there live quite a bit. And then the poop hit the paddles and I had to bail out of everything, including that. And so I will be coming back on a trial basis just to see how it feels for me. We'll see what happens. Now that Fluffster, which is my Honda Element, is back and all of my luggage that was in it, including my 24, oh, hello, little water moth. My 24 decks of cards, my intuitive lightworker cards. Now my entire 2 shelves of a bookcase is filled with them. So it might be fun to crack those open and I don't really do live readings much anymore. Intuitive readings, even energy readings. And so we'll experiment and we'll see what's going to be happening in the Divine I Am. That's going to be Friday Night Lives, not at the same time as Tina G. If you watch her, if she's still doing stuff in Light Shine, I'm not sure. Oh, thanks, Alicia. Thank you. Another intuitive in her own right, Mademoiselle Daniels. So those are my announcements, people. Those are my announcements. I'm still here on the East Coast, no longer in Narnia, although some of my stuff is in Narnia, which will pretty much be donated and given away. My massage table and things that I used to work on, since I'm not really doing much live anymore. It's not the time for it. Go to my website, loveevolveenergy.com. My link's above. I've narrowed down some of my offerings, and so what I am offering is super potent. Super potent. Check those things out. My schedule will be a little bit shifty over September because I'm going on retreat. I'm teaching quite a bit. Then it opens up quite a bit more as we head into the winter months. So let's talk about what we're all here to talk about now that enough people are hanging. Water. If you haven't already, if just my essence doesn't inspire you, what am I saying? If you haven't already started flowing and moving through your skeletal system, moving with your breath, let a ripple come through your spine. Let the body move. Let the music move you. Let your body move. In a flow state. Mikhail Chita. Flow state. Oh yeah, the hair's coming down. Here we go. Flow state. Water, water, water. Flow state. Water, water, water. Isn't it mesmerizing? It gets you into the flow. Tomorrow night when we do the group energy session, you have to sign up for it. It's a private Zoom session. I think I'm going to have the water shaman music playing in the background if at all possible. If I can do that, if I can share screen in that way. We were going to do some watercolors. We were going to work with color, but I think we're going to work with movement a little bit more because we're getting more into, we're getting denser and denser and denser. We started with ether, little bit denser is air, little bit denser still is fire, and a little bit denser still, here we are in the liquid state. Water is the chameleon. Water is the changeling, moving from liquid to gaseous to solid. You can use those as metaphors for your own psychology. Steam, heat, steamy. Anger, steam coming out of the ears. Ooh, that kind of sharp, burning anger. Very different from the anger that we talked about in fire, which is that rageful, smoldering. Or that we talked about, do you remember in ether when we talked about anger as a frustration from expansion? A pent-in expansion turns into anger towards self. See that spiral? In water, it gets released. It spirals out. The anger is towards others. Anger, blame, rage, explosive energy. Think geysers. Think storms. Raging water. Boiling water. Boiling hot. Do you get the sense? There's also the depth of desire within that depth of intensity. With water, we get the intensities. The astrological signs are Pisces, c'est moi, Scorpio, Cancer. They have this depth and they do different things with the depth. There's a desire, is sensuality to flow. States to flow, to water, moving into that depth. On the other feel area, and perhaps you're feeling with me, is the power of a waterfall. The power, endless persistence, the endlessness and persistence of water. Water over earth, over rocks, over time, changes it. It itself does not change. Becoming the changeling decides on the flow state and affects change throughout, affects change, changes the earth, while it is also held by, like air and the other elements, it is not contained. It changes too much to be fully contained. And there remains the changeling. There remains the force of alchemy and transformation, not through fire, but through cleansing. So if there is a desire within you for a purgation, that is fire. If there's a desire in you for a deep flush, cleansing, that is water. Historically, water has been used as an ablution, as a clearing, as a cleansing, a releasing and relieving from. If that is true for you and you're feeling enough already, clean me, Holy Spirit, cleanse me of water. This is what we'll be doing in the group session tomorrow night. Join us for a deep healing, soaking, refreshing cleanse, the cooling waters. On the other hand, from the hot waters are cooling, the smooth, calm ripple after the storm. As water receives rain, the individuation bits of itself into itself, dissolving into itself, into a wholeness, a cool, refreshing calm. As you feel the water in the heart, it is the inhaling breath. When you are heated, inhale the coolness of water. Refreshing, and through that we are revivifying. Water affected by the planets, by the moon itself, rising and falling, by nature changing. The changeling again. Are we still moving with the water, shaman? Are we still feeling the flow in the body? Right now, before we get all theoretical on it, you who are with me, breathe and feel into the skeletal system. Let water move into the joints of the skeleton, through every limb. Deep joints, shoulders and hips, rippling through the spine and all the joints of those bones of the spine, and those deep immovable joints in the sacrum, the pubic bone, the skull itself, letting water roll and flush. Ease any corroded joints with the water, the cooling, blue, green, flowing water. Water itself is the mirror-like wisdom. It is reflective. Being full and complete in itself, it can reflect back to you who you are. Mirror-like equanimity. Mirror-like reflecting back to you your truth. Mirror-like wisdom. Mirrors being symbolic of water. I don't know if this can be heard at all on any of my mics here. Someday I'll upgrade my system here, but not for now. And beginning to release and coming back, feeling that flush. Often when we work with water through the skeletal system, particularly the joints, you'll feel that the water begins to collect wherever healing and holding is needed. The water flush will flush out, will be drawn to whatever has a little bit of a clog and begin to flush it out. So let me read just a bit. Some of the writings here are taken from Sultram Elion's Dakini, the divine feminine, sky dancer, divine feminine practices. and what the divine feminine archetype embodied in the fierceness of the divine feminine of the dakinis. The dakinis we work with have this fierce divine feminine, this strong, powerful presence, each of them embodying a different element. And the one we'll be working with this weekend is the dakini of water, which is ridiculously, as you can imagine, powerful. Let me read out loud to you so that you have resonating in your ears some of these words. Water, creative flow, co-creative flow. Is it free or is it bound in and muddied, encumbered within you? You have choices here. You have choices. When we ride the water of the body, which we are doing through movement, we find peace as the essence of beingness, grace and flow, as the ease of divine, fierce feminine expression through your body deva, emotional depths, the uniqueness of your personal rhythm, boiling hot, freezing cold. We didn't really mention that. The type of anger that freezes you out. Steam, ice, chameleon, penetrating, gradual change, lasting change. Power, strength, destructive at times. Think Tower card in the tarot. Peaceful, rageful. These are all choices that you have. Let's talk about the encumbered patterns just for a moment, and I will read off some of these patterns. To see if you recognize them in yourself, because water has the element of external, not just reflecting it, but in a rageful form, can lash out with water. Keep this awareness in towards ownership of your own deep ingrained patterns that may need release, something that we're offering tomorrow night on the Zoom group healing session with the water elements and elementals. Fear of abandonment, fear breeding a kind of vulnerability that would lead to fear of humiliation. Woo. Anger turned outward, lashing out. Energy is moving. As I describe these encumbered patterns here, it's releasing in me. Anger turned outward. Hot anger, blow up, cold anger, passive aggression, cutting, heartlessness, born of a deep vulnerability that leads to fear and leads to these kinds of lashing out. When enough steam builds up, there's a lashing out. Accept, and lash. Through cold, icy analysis and abstract thought, one can disconnect and dissociate, not in a spacey way, but in a domineering way, an arrogant way. Austerity, precision, arrogant intelligence, impatience with things being disorganized. Walking into a room where there are clothes everywhere would make you clench up tight. If this is an encumbered pattern, that you embody at times. Fuming, justified righteousness, hostility held, turning to resentment, the explosion of a calculated, coming out in an explosion of a calculated list of all the wrongdoings, very cold and calculated. A casual refusal and rejection, or cutting off immediately, cold shoulder, cold avoidance and closing off, isolation, aloneness, patterns of criticism, arrogance, cold, emotionless, humorless, sharp, cutting. These are the encumbered patterns. The free divine patterns, which you may also experience and which we will move towards tomorrow night. Clarity, sparkling intelligence, pure potential openness, peacefulness and simplicity, refreshing clarity, refreshing precision, open clarity, mirror-like, reflecting back to you who you are. Mirror-like wisdom reflects all things and therefore is all things, and yet is not altered by that which it reflects. It remains the same, peaceful, calm, clear, refreshing, complete lack of judgment. All things are accepted with clarity and deep compassion, equanimity, evenness, peacefulness, the vastness within the openness, no matter how small, it also contains the vastness. Water droplet, ocean, one. Non-reactive, super present, not influencing. Non-reactivity, simply present, skillful action. Empty, yet containing all things. Pure presence. As I mentioned already, some of the symbols are the mirror-like, water, the colors of blue, aqua, teal, colors of the ocean. Also a symbol can be the upside down triangle, the circle, and it is also connected to the sense of sight, seeing out and seeing in. Although I have much water in my chart, I also have some fire. With water, that influences my clairvoyance and my ability to clearly see and reflect back to you your awesomeness. Yes, I have the hiccups. And so it is. Those are the deep patterns that we're looking to increase or decrease within, to enhance or to flush out and cleanse. We will be working with the presences that arise. Already there are some angelic guides that have stepped forth, and the voice of the waters of life herself. We will be doing some movement with the body through the spine. That's what will be contained tomorrow night. This is the introduction to these concepts. And hopefully, if I go upside down and drink some water from a different perspective and become a changeling, the dysregulation within my breath will re-regulate. And so it is all, and so it is. This is the offering for tonight. Hopefully you found this inspirational. Hopefully you found some of yourself in those lists of things where you can act in an encumbered, where the expression of water through your psychology and your body can be encumbered in a way. Cold limbs, encumbered water, icy temperament, cold water, peaceful clarity, openness, receptivity, acceptance. Those are the qualities of a freed water element. I wonder if hiccups are related to water. That would be hilarious and would not be surprising. Water itself flows through every cell of your beingness. It is true that the water of life is a nourishment, a refresher, and a cleansing for all things. Hopefully you will join me tomorrow night. If that is not possible for you, at future dates, you will be able to purchase bits and pieces of that which arises, because we never quite know until we're there with the group what is going to step forth and what techniques will be present for us as we do the cleansing and the healing. We never quite know, and so we'll find out tomorrow. That will be recorded, and if you are participants, even though you can't be there, you will get the full recording. If that's not possible, or if you're watching these at some later date, way down the line, then you could check out Love Evolve Energy on Podia, and there will be something for you there, something for you to embrace and explore through. Oh my goodness. All right. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully you still have calm whales, water shaman in the background, rhythmically flowing with that. Join me tomorrow. Look out for all the different things I have coming up, including the retreat. My total and complete pleasure being here. It's a blessing that I'm embodied and that I am able to channel source energy within the different flavors of the elements. There's something extraordinary about it, and I feel blessed for the opportunity to speak on this and then to offer it for those who are interested and open and are in need. Much love to you all. I will see you very, very soon. Much love, much love. I'm going to close this out in a couple of different ways, but I'm going to close it out here with my hiccups, apparently. With some little bit of music. Much love to you all. Mwah. See you tomorrow.